Hey again, everyone. Today we're going to continue our algebra lessons, and today we're going to focus on algebraic equations. Excuse me. So this builds on algebraic expressions, and in algebraic equations, we're continuing to put mathematical or putting sentences into mathematical equations. And for this time, we're using it for the use of we're doing it for the use of solving for a certain value, um, which is very important in life and in many different subjects, as you'll see. So let's begin. Okay. Okay, so first off, let's do the sentence 8 times a number reduced by 6 equals 2. This is going to have force you to go back into I think 3 or 4 lessons ago when we talked about certain words and what their code words are in math. So for example, we got times, reduced, and equals. Oop, I forgot to write 2 because it equals 2. Okay, let's begin. So we have a number, right? When we see a number in a mathematical sentence, this is what we call a variable. So we don't have to write let x equal, or we don't have to define the variable here because it's just a number and it doesn't have any context. So we're just playing with numbers here. So let's write the number down. So we have x. So we have 8 times a number reduced by 6 equals 2. Okay, well, let's write that down. So 8 times a number, 8 times the x, reduced by 6, so minus 6, equals 2. Well, if you look at that now, this is an equation that we can solve for the value of x. So let's do that. So let's get 6 on the other side, because we want to get x alone. So the way we do that is we add 6 to both sides. Because we want to get rid of 6 on this side, we have to add 6, which would cancel it out. But that means we have to add 6 to this side. So by doing that, we go 2 plus 6. So we have 8x is equal to 8. Now, to get x alone, what we have to do, since 8 is multiplied by the x here, we have to divide it by 8. Because that would leave 1, which is what we want. And because we divide it here by 8, we have to divide the other side by 8. So then what happens is that x is equal to 1. Now, with these kind of questions, we always want to check our answer because it's easy to make a mistake, and sometimes the equation will allow us to get a different answer, or it might seem like it. But when we check it, we'll know this is not the case. So let's check. So the left side. The left side of this equation is 8x minus 6. Well, we found that x is equal to 1, so let's substitute that in. So 8 multiplied by 1 minus 6. Well, 8 times 1 is 8, minus 6 is 2. And what is our right side? Well, our right side is 2. So left side equals right side. That means we are correct. Okay, let's do some more examples. Okay, so this is a fun one. So, and to do with the picture. So the Blue Jays, which is a baseball team, we'll call them the Jays, won 10 more games than they lost. And they played 110 games. So, you notice in this question that we're talking about the games. So we know the amount. So we know that the Jays won 10 more games than they lost, and they played 110 games. Well, because we know they won 10 more than they lost, we have to find the lost, because the amount of games they won is dependent on how many they lost, because they won 10 more than they lost. So with that, we have to define x, because now define our variable because it has context. I want to use x, so let x represent number of games lost by Jays. Okay, so they won 10 more games than they lost. Okay, well, we know that the amount of games they lost plus 10, that is going to equal the amount of games they won, right? Because the Jays won 10 more games than they lost. This is the games they lost. This is the 10 more. So this is the amount of games they won. Now, we know they played 110 games. We know to get the total amount of games, we have to add together the games they won and the games they lost. Well, we know this is the games they won, so we have to add in the games they lost. Well, we know that is x. So, look at that. We have an equation now. Now we can solve it. Now, since the brackets aren't attached to anything by multiplication or division, we can just erase the brackets and simplify. So, brackets are gone. We have x plus x. That's going to be 2x. And then just 10. 110. Let's get x alone. So 2x minus 10 from both sides equals 100. Okay, now get both sides divided by 2 to get rid of the 2 on the 2x. X is equal to 50. Now, is that the case? Does that make sense? Well, let's check. So left side is going to equal x plus 10 plus x. Oops, the bracket was not supposed to go there. It's supposed to go here. Okay, well, let's solve it. We find x is 50, so we have 50. We have to put brackets around substituted values, plus 10 plus 50. Well, because the brackets aren't attached to anything that would multiply or divide them, we can just erase them. So it's just 50 plus 10 plus 50. 50 plus 50 is 100, plus 10, 110. Check our right side. Well, what do you know? It's 110. Therefore, left side is equal to right side. And the answer is correct. Awesome. Okay. So, these questions seem big, but if you go through them slowly and carefully, they're fairly straightforward and easy. Although, at the start, it's always hard, always harder. You'll get used to it. Just keep on practicing. Okay, let's try one example. So, Ryan is 8 years older than his sister. Short form of his sister. The sum of their ages is 43. Okay, well, as like last time, we have to figure out what the variable is here. So we know Ryan is 8 years older than his sister. We do not know his sister's age, and how old Ryan is dependent on his sister's age. So we need to find his sister's age. So we'll let x represent the sister's age. Sis's age. Okay, so we have x. That's his sister's age. And then the sum of their ages is 43. So if we add both their ages together, it's going to equal 43. Now we have to find out Ryan's age. Well, we know Ryan's age is his sister's age plus 8 because he's 8 years older than his sister. So we add x plus 8. So we can erase the brackets since they're not being multiplied or divided with anything else. So we'll simplify it as 2x plus 8 is equal to 43. We'll get the 8 on the other side. by subtracting it from both sides. So 43 minus 8, that is 35. We divide both sides by 2. 35 divided by 2, well, that's going to be 17.5. So let's check. So the left side of the equation is equal to x plus 8. It's going to be 17.5 plus 17.5 plus 8. We know that's 17.5 plus 17.5 is 35, plus 8, that's 43. That's our right side. And 43, what do you know? Left side equals right side. So we're correct. And we could actually find out what Ryan's age is exactly because we know it's 8 years older than his sister. So all we have to do is find his sister's age, which we did, is 17.5. We just add 8 to it. So 17.5 plus 8 is 25.5 years old. So he's 25 and a half years old. Okay, we'll do one more. What do we got here? So 4 years less than twice Mary's age is 25 years old. So let's find out Mary's age. So that's the thing we're finding, and we don't know what it is. So that's what we know we're going to define our variable as. So let x represent Mary's age. Now you want to go back and find out what our words mean here. So we have twice, so that means multiplied by 2. And 4 years less, that's going to be a subtraction, less than. So let's get Mary's age, and we'll get, because we know 4 years less than twice Mary's age is 25 years old. So let's write it down. We know it's going to equal 25 years old, so we got the 25 out of the way. So 4 years less than twice Mary's age. So we'll get twice Mary's age, and it's going to be 4 years less. So we subtract 4. So let's figure it out. So let's get rid of the 4. So 2x is equal to, we add 4 on both sides, 29. Divide both sides by 2. Well, that's going to be 14 and a half. So we'll check that. Make sure we're right. Left side, that's going to be 2 times x, which is 14.5, minus 4. Okay, that's going to equal 29 minus 4. That's going to equal 25. And what is our right side? 25. Therefore, left side is equal to right side, and we are correct. So Mary's age is 14 and a half years old. So you can see a bunch of cool different things we can do with these type of equations, and as we get more advanced, we'll solve even cooler things. So stick with, and we'll get to many of those. Enjoy, and please let me know if you have any questions or concerns. Thank you.